So was fucking Adam Driver.
Yeah.
The 2 times he's been on. For not being a comedy actor, it was fucking funny. The thing I love with Adam Drivers was they did a undercover boss. Him as
Star Wars.
What the fuck was his name? Kylo Ren from Star Wars, like the evil emperor. He went undercover to see how his crew worked while pretending not to be Kylo Ren, but the whole entire time everyone knew it was him because he kept choking people with the Force. And they were like, so what do you think of, and there's like Josh or something, they were like, oh, you mean Kylo Ren? And they're like, well, no, like, that's, yeah, we all know it's Kylo Ren. Like, dude straight pulled out a lightsaber the other day. What do you expect? And then it goes to a clip of this guy Dave or whatever showing. He's like, "What do you guys think of Kylo Ren's lightsaber?" And they're like, "How the hell did you get that?" Like, "Oh, I snuck into his office. What do you think of it?" Like, I don't know. It's kind of shitty the way that it has like the extra sides. This is amazing! And he starts like going crazy and he throws the lightsaber across the room. Everyone's like, "Yeah, that's Kylo Ren for sure." that was quite funny. What else do you do, James, other than saving the world?
So, as you can see, I
rearrange your shit.
Yeah, I got a nice little desk, nice little L desk. I got my PlayStation right here. I got my Switch down here. I got a bunch of fucking boxes in front of me that I don't know what to do with. Yeah, I got a chair. Nice little comfy racing chair. Because my Fortnite skills have gone through the roof.
Good.
I am now ranked number 87th in the world in Fortnite.
I know it was all a matter of time.
All because of this chair. It's unlocked my latent ability.
Fuck you, mine.
I can tell that I'm like, you know, my stories are so important. You know,
they are. I hear everything you say. I hear everything you say.
Yeah, so I did that. So my chair, let me tell you something real quick. If any of y'all ever get an AK racing chair, pro tip, do not read the fucking instruction manual that comes with it, because it's wrong.
That's
it makes
nice.
things a lot goddamn harder. So
put it together and shit.
Yeah, so Mitchell came over and we rearranged shit, and built my desk and my chair, and I have another chair that I need to get returned, but that's another story. So it had me when we were building the chair. What's the first part you would think to put on?
You put the legs on?
Exactly. That was the last step in the instruction manual.
Was it really?
So us just, you know, reading the instruction manual blindly, being idiots, we put the seat, the arm, well, the arms were on the seat,
yeah.
But then the back we put on, and then we put the base on. But when we watched a video from AK Racing's website on how to build these chairs, the very first thing they did was put on the fucking base of it.
So even though a website is different from the instructions.
Exactly. They even said to put on the included gloves. So these things came with gloves.
What?
They came with special white gloves. So
to what? Like not get grease on your hands or something?
Here, I'll put the glove on. Here, we got. Look at that. I can do the white glove treatment for stuff now.
That's fucking funny.
So here's the real funny thing. Look at how fucking tiny these gloves are. Now compare that to my hands.
Yeah, it doesn't fit very well.
It's like you can fit like 2 of these easily, like with my hand. I need like 2 of them to properly fit my hand. Yeah, they're very tiny. Yeah, I don't get it. It's probably some bougie bullshit. Yeah, so I did that. I've also... Oh, let me show you the thing that I got. Other than... Here's finally a My doctorate of space and time, right here. Y'all better refer to me as Dr. Noodles from now on. Take it in the mail.
Okay, I had to do some adjustments.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got that.
I got
That's
my
pretty
Days
dope.
Gone poster signed by the dev team.
Ooh, that's fancy spancy. Where'd you get that from?
Sony.
Nice of them.
They emailed me, told me that I'm getting it, so I got it.
Why? They're just
I
like,
don't
yo, I
know.
like this guy. This dude's
I was
dope,
like,
man.
like, what the
Like,
I
have you
don't
seen this
know.
dude's
I
YouTube
get a-
channel? He's like,
I get
oh, this guy's what's up.
no shit. I get a fucking email from someone at PlayStation,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Hey,
good.
we're gonna send you this," and I go, "I
I.
like, we need you shipped."
Word.
They're like, "Is the shipping address on your PlayStation account correct?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's correct." All right, bet. We're sending this to you. I'm like, "Okay." So I get it,
Wow.
and I don't fucking believe it because it's been like a month since I got the email, or so. But hey, I mean,
That's a win.
Hey, why not? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it. Right before, like the day before I got this, I also, I don't know where it's at. Where are you? Aha! Here it is. I also got this from them. I got Sackboy's Big Adventure for
Nice.
PlayStation 4 and 5.
How was that?
Right. I haven't. It's still in the wrapper. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So, hey, I'm gonna be playing that soon, probably on YouTube. So that shit happened.
It's awesome.
And then other
Yeah, it's
things
pretty neat.
happened.
What other things have happened? Tell us the other things that have happened, sir.
Where's the case? Where case? I don't know where that case went.
Was you playing a scary game?
Pokemon Snap came out.
Yeah, that's the
New
one I was
Pokemon
talking
Snap
about.
Came out. So, Walker, we could talk about this in a second. 'Cause I know you've played it.
It was
Sorry.
terrifying.
It's just funny. Play a scary game. Pokemon Snap came out. Like, oh, okay.
So funny because on my side the music like there was like a slow record slow down to a stop. Just as you said that, I was like, meow.
Like, oh, that's not what I'm talking about, but that works, I guess. That's just really funny to me. Sorry. Oh man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap came out. New Pokemon Snap. That game's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. I love it. It's everything I've ever wanted and more in the past fucking 20 some years almost.
What's up,
really fun.
Lottie? Thanks for
Where's your
stopping
graphics
by,
too?
dude.
It's, dude, the amount
did
of
a thing.
pictures, and I was showing these pictures
Shining.
to some people at work who've also
What's
been playing
up?
it, and they're like, "Man, what star rating did you get on these pictures? They're so good." I'm like, "Those are the rejects." I don't know if you guys have been checking out my Twitter recently, but that's pretty much all I'm tweeting out is just my reject photos from Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, some of the pictures
Really?
I don't get. Where, like, there was a picture I took of, like, an Ekans or something, and his face is covered by a fucking tree, but behind the tree, his mouth is open, but they gave me 3 stars.
Yeah, it gives you like a fucking diamond. I'm like,
It's
all
just
right,
like-
cool.
His fucking face is completely covered up, but in the system, it knows that its mouth is open, so it's like a posed picture.
You fucking watched the live stream that I did where
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures of Onyx and he's taking up 90% of the fucking screen and it gives me a placement of 90 out
Yeah,
of
I've seen that.
100 or 900 out of 1,000. I'm like,
Yep.
this dude's taking up the entire fucking screen.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's just confused me a little bit. It's like, how does that even make sense?
You have to, it has to be perfect. You
Yep.
have to like know
Serious?
the game. You
Yeah.
have to know the game. And it gives
Yeah,
it gives you a lot of leeway. for,
So
like,
do
a
you
platinum
get to
star.
explore at all, or is it all
It's all on rails.
Do you remember the original one? where
all
you're
on
in that-
rails? You're on you're on rails. You're just riding a roller coaster, taking photos.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't get to walk out. That'd be cool. That'd be fucking cool as shit if you got to get out and walk around, but no, you don't
Right.
get to do that.
But I mean, they have Pokemon.
One day.
People would do
regular
all kinds of
Pokemon.
super inappropriate things, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, if you actually got to get out and walk around.
Right.
There was a game on PlayStation 3 that's actually a pretty rare PS3 game, like around the $150 mark for a complete in box, called Africa. And
Okay.
it's like Pokemon Snap, but with real animals. And a more in-depth camera system. I
There's
got it from GameFly once, and I didn't
Tycoon?
return it. Yeah.
the new Zoo Tycoon that you can get on Microsoft Game Pass. You actually can now. So obviously you have the overlook where you can look over it like the regular Zoo Tycoon does,
Right.
and then you put the animals in the cages. But now you actually have a person, a zookeeper, that you actually can put on the ground and walk around the zoo.
Oh, so it's like
Okay.
in. Do you guys remember Thrillville?
Bro, if the game didn't have that, then if there was a roller coaster or theme park game
Yeah.
or something like that, zoo game where you couldn't walk around inside of it,
Yeah.
I don't need to
Yeah,
play it. I don't need to play.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool because you actually can interact with the animals now. So there's one where you like have an elephant, so you gotta spray them with a hose and shit. But yeah, you actually go to the ground, and you can spray them. What's Thrillville?
Thrillville was by LucasArts. It came out on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, original Xbox. And I think the sequel came out on 360. But think of it as just like that, but with whatchamacallit. It's but with like theme parks. So
Okay.
you build like the theme park and everything, and then you have your character that walks around your theme park. And
that's
you
pretty
can
fucking cool.
interact with other people. That's how you find out what they like, what they don't like. And then now you're playing Mahjong, great. um so yeah,
People entertained.
you go around, and then yeah, you just kind of, you can ride your roller coasters, you can ride your rides. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I love that game. I spent way too many hours playing that game.
Yeah, I recently downloaded it on my son's Xbox, so we played it. But that's not bad. It's pretty cool, though. Just the added aspect of it. There is no roller coaster tycoons anymore, I don't think. But that'd be kind of cool. You
There
build the roller
was
coasters and
one
actually walk
that-
around.
Yeah, there was one, but it's not good. Roller Coaster Tycoon World, I think it was. It wasn't good. Yeah, so I played the scariest game of all time, Pokemon Snap. And then on the other hand, I played a really lighthearted, jaunty trip through an Eastern European village called Resident Evil Village.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a shame I can't even watch you play that game, man.
Resident Evil Village. I had to get the Steelbook. 'Cause you know
Dope.
me.
It looks cool. It does look cool.
The game is everything that I've ever wanted in life and then some.
That's a
You know how I said
big
that-
bitch.
You know how I said that Pokemon Snap was exactly what everything that I wanted and then some?
Okay.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village is everything that I wanted and then some. Part 2. I mean, it's got everything that I fucking love, and you know
Including
I didn't even know that
8.5
I
foot
had
bitches.
9.5 foot.
9.5 foot.
I can't even
Nine-
watch you
get it
play that
fucking
game.
right. Like, I didn't even know I had a tall woman fetish, but I do apparently. I didn't know I
What
had a giant.
are you trying to
Bonnie
play it
GF.
yourself, Schroeder? Is that why?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
Oh,
just
I can't play those games.
I got
I
you.
Yeah,
can't even watch
remember
other
the-
people play those games. Bad things happen to me in real life, and that game is involved. And when I'm ingesting that game into my brain space.
Yeah.
So, but
I saw
are
it.
you enjoying it? Well, obviously, you said
phenomenal.
it's your favorite thing in the world.
It's phenomenal.
It's usually an
I
indication you
absolutely
like a
love it.
thing.
Yeah, the mechanics are great. The shooting's great.
What's her name? Lady what?
Dimitris.
Yeah, that's what it was. I saw a video. It was like this bitch just took because he has a shotgun. He's like, this bitch just took a 8-round shotgun to the face and just brushed it off like it was nothing.
Yeah, Lady Dimitris is she's the thing. She's definitely a. Oh no!
I've heard
This
some people.
giant woman is coming after me and probably wants to step on me.
Oh boy!
Oh, I better run away.
I should
I
probably.
did hear some people be
move.
like, they wish that she was more of a like a whole game boss instead of just like a first
Oh
part
yeah, no,
boss.
she's just the first part. Yeah. That
Yeah,
I
well,
kind of figured that's going right in because they don't. They teased Mother Miranda for the entire like all the things, all the promotional stuff, and like you see Lady Dimitrescu there, and it's like, yeah, she's not the final bad. She's not the big bad. But I have been
freaking amazing though.
Oh yeah, especially on 4K with ray tracing, which I can't do. But with 4K and ray tracing, it looks phenomenal.
Oh, I bet.
I guess I could, because I use XSplit now for streaming, and I can set a custom frame rate. I can set it to 45 frames per second. Interesting. That might be something I do later. Yeah, so I play Resi Village. I played Pokemon Go, Pokemon Snap. I built a desk. I built a chair. We played Super Mario Party.
Yeah, we did. We did. We gotta play that
For
again.
the first time. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
How did you play that? What did you play that on?
The Switch.
Switch. They finally, after 2 years,
2 fucking years.
added a multiplayer online mode. So if you have the game now, you can now play online the full Mario Party online with
That's
your friends.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why that wasn't brought at release, I have no fucking idea. But yeah, now you can play it
Hell,
on.
even like last year when everyone had to stay at home.
Yeah, it was a
Like, it would've
perfect
been
time to do it.
perfect.
You can do it now
Sales
though.
would've gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's available now. James kicked my ass.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
You
Well,
got fucked though. You got.
look what
fucked
this
at
fucking guy
times.
is doing. He's
Yeah.
fucking floating around the Amazon taking pictures of exotic Pokemon in their natural state of being. Not even getting hit by all kinds of dangerous things that these fucking critters be doing. Getting hit with gas balls, or getting hit with lightning shock, or Charmander's little flamey tail. You know, it's
Yeah,
not very safe.
Instead, I'm just hanging out and watching Raichu surf on his tail.
Exactly.
Although I really hope, because you can level up the different zones that you're in. By,
Yeah, and it changes
just over
everything.
time, it changes it. I really hope there's a surfing Pikachu. I
That'd be kinda
really
cool.
hope. I will be offended if there isn't a surfing Pikachu.
Yeah, that's one aspect of this game that I like, because the original Pokemon Snap, you literally just played the same level, and it was the exact same thing over and
Yeah.
over again. And as you progressed, obviously you had the apples, and then the one balls that
The
made
gas
them
ball.
move.
Which
But
then you
it-
can use to open up new areas, take alternate paths.
Yeah, but it was always the same. They always did the same exact thing.
Mhm.
So the mechanisms are always the same. And this one, you level up, and then after you level up, and then you go back into that same map again, everything is different. The Pokemon are different. They're doing different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
So it kind of changes it, so it's not just repetitive,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. They did a perfect job on this game. This is
Oh, yeah.
exactly what. Which what's weird? Pokemon Company didn't make this game.
Really?
It was Bandai Namco.
I didn't even notice that.
Namco made this. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. That's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
A buddy of mine told me about that. I didn't even realize it. And the thing that gave it away was there are people on Twitter that are saying, "Hey, I'm the voice actor for Professor Mirror." Pokemon Company doesn't let you do that. You have to sign an NDA saying you cannot say that you were in this game, in a Pokemon game, if they made it.
That makes sense then.
So Bamco's like, well, we don't fucking care. Do what you want, dude.
I didn't know
You can say
Pokemon
shit,
did that
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Sounds-
which is weird. I don't understand why, but
They don't want their voice
guess.
actors harassed. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Watched some slap fights last week with Nate. We're gonna finish that tomorrow. The War for Warsaw. 4-hour slap tournament.
Oh, the
We
World
watched an hour and a
Championship
half.
slap tournament.
Yeah. It was
Those are ridiculous, man. Sometimes those people, when they get hit, I can just imagine their whole world. It's probably like some sort of crazy drug at this point.
Yeah. It's like,
Like-
well, I was telling Nate, I was like, you
You're
know
about
how
to get
runners
hit.
after they runners, they know, like, after they run for a certain period, they get that runner's high. Do these slappers get slapper high?
Honestly, when you get
Called
slapped so hard,
sleepy
though,
time.
you're like, I'm assuming your body just goes into some kind of state where it just, because when you get slapped to a point where your eyes like go back in your head and you're like,
You're dead. Murder
and
the
it's
man.
just like, it's like the people who like choke themselves to like make themselves pass out because they like the feeling. Like that.
Asphyxiation, yeah.
Yeah, like the same concept.
Always do it with a buddy. Always have a buddy. No, I'm dead serious.
Oh, I know. But no, that's like the same thing. But people, I don't know. It's a weird sport to me, but people like it though.
Yeah, it's very niche. Very
Fucking
niche.
dude that was gushing blood out of his mouth after getting slapped in the face.
Yeah, the dude
that
that
was
straight
cringe.
up died almost.
That was
getting
fucking
slapped.
like,
Just blood gushing out of his mouth. Like, oh fuck, that is a slap and a half.
yeah, that was Logan Paul was gonna do that.
What, professional slapping or bleed out of his mouth profusely?
Oh, probably both, but after he fights Mayweather, but no, he was actually signed up to go to that tournament in Russia, and then his managers finally talked him out of it.
He would have gotten ruined. That man would have died.
He was
like,
actually practicing. There was videos of him actually practicing. People actually volunteered just because they wanted to be like on YouTube and kind of be around someone famous.
Get that clout.
So they volunteered to be kind of his punching bags, and so he was actually legit practicing slapping.
Oh, there's one guy.
And then someone finally talked him out of it. Like, this is not a good option for you if you want to kind of keep your brain cells intact.
Well, I'm going. Fuck you. You're not my dad.
So if Logan Paul was to go to Warsaw, Poland, and compete in this event, he would have gotten destroyed.
Yeah, he probably would have died.
Not only is there the man, the myth, the legend, Vasily Kamosky,
He probably
the most
wouldn't be on.
famous slapper in the world.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't be on YouTube anymore.
Pretty much everyone in that tournament was either a big boy, or a monster.
Yeah.
There was this one dude who, no shit, looked just like Joe Rogan's grandpa.
What does Joe Rogan's grandpa look like?
Like,
Are you
Joe
just being
Rogan was an
funny?
old man.
Okay,
If
okay.
Joe Rogan was an old
Okay, not literally.
man. But,
Okay.
yeah, not literally. But if Joe Rogan was like 8 times the size,
Gotcha.
this guy had biceps the size of my head.
Whew.
He looked like he could just look at someone and they would die of shock and pure horror. He
Yeah, there
slapped
is-
the ever-living shit out of a kid. Just one hit,
Nuts.
done. Like, they had to stop the match. They had to stop the slaps because the doctors wouldn't clear him. He got fucked up that bad.
Oh my gosh.
He went back and got the medics were like,
All
"All right, let's go take you there. Let's go take a look at you." He's like, "I want to keep going."
I'm going to change the family
doctor's like,
name by becoming the world's premier slap. What is even the name of that? You're a
Slapper.
slapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
World's
Okay.
World's
Strongest
premier
slapper.
slappist.
yeah, something like
Slapper,
that.
slappist.
World slap.
World
slap
slappers.
mirror.
Yeah, slap me. I like that.
Can I tell you guys a funny story about that slap tournament real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
We'll be quick.
I'm hanging out. I'm waiting for Nate to get on Discord so we can watch it.
yeah.
And I get a text from his girlfriend. She goes, "Hey," oh no, she calls me. She straight up calls me. And I answer the phone. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" I'm like, "Watching YouTube. What's up?" "Well, are you busy?" "Yeah, I'm gonna be here in a few minutes. What's up?" She goes, "Oh, well, Nate just called me. He said that he's hungry. He doesn't have money, and he wants me, like, DoorDash won't deliver food at this time at his area. And I go, okay, what does this have to do with me? He goes, well, I was gonna order him food, but now she lives all the way out by Waldemere. So basically a
minute away
solid
from you.
25 minute drive.
Yeah.
So she can't, and she has 2 kids, so it's like, can't just drop everything and go get this man food.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, why doesn't Nate just go get it? She goes, well, Nate's busy right now. He can't leave. And I go, what's he busy doing? And she goes, I don't know. He just said that he was going to be busy, so he can't leave to go get food. And I go, that's funny, because I'm going to be busy with Nate watching the slap fights.
You straight threw one of the bus.
The pause and then just hysterical laughter coming from her
Oh my
was
gosh.
priceless. And
You
she
straight
goes,
threw him under the
are
bus."
you fucking kidding me right now? I ain't kidding you right now. We're actually going to be watching the slap fight tournament in about 10 minutes from now. That motherfucker. And I go, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'll go get him food. You just cash at me, and I'm not gonna tell him that I'm coming. I'm just gonna throw some food at him. She goes, okay, bet. Make sure to take a video of you kicking his ass for me, by the way. I'm like, all right, will do. So we get into the little Discord call, and I go, Nate, in about so I order Chinese food at this place that's no shit like a 5-minute drive from the house.
Yeah.
From his house and my house, like a 5-minute fucking drive. So I go, all right, Nate,
Motherfucker could have went and got it too, by the
he
way.
really could have gotten it. Like, no joke, he could have fucking went and got it, but his lazy ass didn't. So I go, Nate, in about 10 minutes here, I gotta dip for a few minutes. All right, why? What's up? What's going on? I go, don't worry about it. And then there's a pause.
Like, okay, well, what'd I do to you?
James? Do you DoorDash? Nah, fam, I don't. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I was like, well, why? He says, oh, don't worry about it. All right. So the time comes, and I dip out, I go grab the food, and then I call him. Hey, what's up? Hey, come outside your house right now. What do you mean? Get your ass out of your house and come out to your front door. Okay. So I'm parked right outside in front of his house, and he just starts walking up, and he goes, what are you doing? And before he could finish talking, I just yeet a bag of Chinese food at him. And he catches, he goes, what is, see you later, fucker, as I just peel out. As I just fucking dip. And then I get back in, I get back to my house, and I get, settled up on my computer. I'm like, oh, I'm ready for the slap fights. And then I get back on Discord, and he goes, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, no, I didn't, but I thought it would be funny. When I pick up the food, I take a picture and text his girlfriend. I'm like, package acquired. And then when I get done throwing it at him, I go, package delivered.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
So does she work at Best Buy? Is that how you all...
she does.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, she works at the Geek Squad.
Gotcha. At first I was like, why the fuck is his girlfriend calling you? I was like, what kind of side hustle you got fucking going on down low?
Tell her.
I'm just kidding. That's fucking great though. Like, peace, bitch.
Talk a little
Here's
bit
your
after
fucking
this.
food.
We'll talk a little bit after this about that. So, but yeah, that's what I did this week.
That's fucking funny.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Jeff? What's your life been? How's the
Same.
shakes?
Saving the. They're better. I'm not shaking as much. I got the medicine, so I'm better now. Takes it good. No, they are good. Just been chilling, dude. Staying busy, running around like a chicken with its head cut off for the most part. And inventing funky shakes. Created an apple
You
pie
invented
one.
didn't you invent one today?
I did. It's not done. I gotta work on it. I'm still building. I have to test it. 6 months ago, I acquired a new power. A power that, you know, Spider-Man was gifted by being bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
I was gifted by being bitten by a radioactive Rona. And I gained the ability to not be able to taste or smell almost anything ever again. Not
Wow,
for
that sounds like the world's worst superpower.
yeah, not for a week, not for a month. Going on 6.5 months now that my taste and smell has been completely ruined. So, bro, it's crazy. Anytime I go to any restaurant, fast food, fancy, bougie, organic, doesn't matter. 90% of the food out there in the wild tastes like trash. And I don't know why. I've yet to be able to super identify what the specific thing is inside of the food that tastes like shit, but there's something there. However, the drink that does not destroy my face and my mood and my just general energy levels of happiness is protein drinks. Plus, I've been lifting like crazy, so I can't taste. I lost 2 of my senses out of the 5 that connect me to reality. However,
What's the other one?
sight, smell, or sight, touch, hearing. Those are the 3 other ones. You have touch, taste, sight, smell, hearing.
Yep.
And then there's the 6th sense, which is psychic.
Is a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what 2 did you lose? Like, we got taste. What's the second
And
one
smell.
that you lost?
I can't smell.
Oh yeah, that's
Actually-
right. You said smell.
Actually, my smell is, I have maybe 15% to 20% of my ability to smell that I had before the Rona. And my taste is about 40%, but everything that tastes, like almost everything tastes disgusting. Like, it's not that
And
I
then
don't,
You take,
it's not that I don't
and
taste
then-
it, it's just that it tastes gross.
Yeah.
and then you take my 66 and 2/3 smell, and subtract your 45% smell, and then you. What? Oh god damn it! I used to know that promo by heart. The Scott Steiner math promo. I used to know that shit by heart.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Autumn
Watch
says,
it
"Oh
after
no,
this,
maybe
it's
you gained."
fantastic.
She says, "Maybe I gained the ability to sense. My superpower is the ability to taste chemicals in the food."
Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe.
Who knows, man? That's what my mom said too. Cause, bro, it's like unless it's super legit organic, there's a weird taste to almost everything, bro. And it's crazy. It's really weird. But protein drinks and chicken, but that's the thing, is even chicken has the taste. It's just the nasty taste. I still taste chicken at like 15 to 20%, but the rest, the other 20%, because the taste is still not strong, is this weird chemical taste. It's like, I told you guys the one time, it's almost like biting into an electric discharge mat.
Yeah.
Ew. It's like rubber. It's like chemical. It's like a gym mat. It's fucking gross. But I can eat the protein drinks. They seem to not bother me too much. So I've been inventing all sorts of different flavors because it's the only way I get any other flavor in. I've created an apple pie one. Created a banana. I'm working on a coconut cream pie one now. Super good. I've made an orange creamsicle one that's savage. And blueberry green tea one that's super good. Chai one that's ridiculous.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
That sounds
super
good.
good, dude. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, mint chocolate. Oh, all sorts of flavors. And it's almost all healthy as hell. Super healthy. Actually, it's like the main food group now is chicken and protein drinks, and it gets depressing at times, and yogurt.
That's the benefit of working out so much. Unfortunately, it's the downfall of it.
It sucks because savory things, I can't enjoy savory things. I can't go to B-dubs. I can't enjoy a steak. It's weird, dude. I can't even eat steak. I don't know what the dealio is, but on the good side, like I said, I am getting healthier. I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been right now, actually. So,
No.
yep. Other than that, been messing around with stock market stuff. That's been fun. I know everybody's been dicking around with Dogecoin. I predicted exactly. It did exactly what I said it was gonna do. The day after that shit dropped, or it was actually that night, right after the show, it started to dip, and it dipped right down to my sis. I told my sister, I'm like, it's gonna drop down to like probably 420, because that's like the joke. That's the joke of the Dogecoin.
69 is where it's at.
Yeah, Well, that's where it's gonna be next. So there's your tip. You're hearing it now. The next fucking level is gonna be 69, because that's the joke. And then how many ever days into the year that is? 420 plus. 420 is what? April 20th, right?
Yeah.
69 days after that is what? Whatever that is. How many ever days that is in total in the year is where the next level is going to be. Because 420 plus 69 is I believe Elon Musk's birthday.
Oh shit.
And
No,
that's
489.
there's some number there. There's a way that the numbers come together that make it work. Pretty sure. Just Google his birthday. Whatever his birthday is, that's going to be with the next level. Telling you.
Walker,
Stop.
are you building a house in Minecraft Classic right now?
I am.
He is. He actually is.
Minecraft Classic? What the hell is that?
Online web browser version of Minecraft that you can play on any computer. Elon Musk's birthday is June 28th.
That's
Oh.
eerily close to 8/29 or 8 whatever I said.
What is his birthday?
June 28th,
What year?
1971.
There's something to do with that. I don't know what it is. I'm still too new to understand what the joke is. There's a joke there. I just haven't gotten it yet. It's still over my bald ass head. But whatever that is, that's where the next plateau is going to be. So I've been messing around with stock stuff. And then I picked up a new gig. It's like an Uber type driver, but for like Walmart groceries. And it's surprisingly lucrative. Pretty dope. Making decent money doing that. Still super poor though.
There you go.
How that works. So
Hey, that's the way of the future, really. Though the old DoorDash concept.
the way of the future is this fucking cryptocurrency, dude.
That too.
Cryptocurrency is the way of the future. This shit's crazy, man. XRP. Right. Look it into
Next
it the
big
very
thing is Shiba.
Shiba?
Shiba coins.
Shiba coins? Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
it's actually a thing. No joke.
What's the deal with that? What's the project with that? Just look at it. See what happens.
Just look at it.
Just
Biggest
look
thing is we got
Let's
to
look at
listen to James this time because when he talked about Dogecoin like a year ago and it was
You guys fucking laughed at me.
it. Get this bitch out of here, Dogecoin.
we-
now I'm
Is
looking
that a
at
dog
my,
on it?
my fucking like 300 billion% increase in profits
yeah.
on Doge.
I think about that every day. It's like motherfucker was literally talking about Dogecoin like this time last year. He's like, yeah, I bought it for like 1/10 of a penny. We're like, oh, okay, cool, dude. And just completely just ignoring it, like, yeah, it's cool. And now, like, okay, yeah, it's worth a 1% of a penny. That's yeah, okay.
When I bought
it's
in
not
back
Bitcoin.
when I bought in, I think it was back in either 2019 or 2018. I bought in at 3/10 of a penny.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, this isn't
Listen to me.
Bitcoin. And I was like, yeah, this isn't Bitcoin. They're just never gonna make any money off of it. Now it's like, oh fuck, okay, never mind.
Let me see what my profits are at real quick. Now, I didn't invest a whole lot. I didn't go all in. I should have gone all in. Now that I think about it.
Better than
In
nothing.
retrospect. I am, as of right now, up $902.
Off of 3/10 of a penny.
Oh, I dropped, well, it was like fucking under $1. But like over time. but I've also been buying regularly. I've been putting some money. I have like less than $100 in Dogecoin. Like I've put in less than $100. I'm Stevie's stockbroker when it comes to Dogecoin. I'm Stevie's Doge broker. He gave me $21 over the course of just, well, the first time it was a joke, and it was off of a bet. And the second time he was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking in. Let's do it." And now he's up over like $200 some.
Would fucking do it.
Listen, man. Maybe this is my skill. This is my inherent skill. I could just predict. I can predict the crypto market.
3 years before it actually happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, that's what happened with Bitcoin, and everyone bought Bitcoin. They're like, nothing's gonna fucking happen with it.
I'm
And
gonna
now,
spend my Bitcoin on
$60,000
Papa
later.
John's pizza. One of the guys who I read an article about one of the guys who started Dogecoin.
Mhm.
He like about a year ago, he cashed out and had enough money to buy like a Honda, like an older, like a 2014 like Honda Civic.
Well, just think, like,
And
fucking
now,
people
like-
that invest, say, $100, like, when you bought it.
Mhm.
You take that money now, you can fucking buy a goddamn Tesla. Like, because you can buy Teslas with Dogecoin. It's just crazy to think about, oh,
Didn't eBay just start? Didn't eBay just start
Newegg.
getting? And
Newegg,
eBay.
so you can.
yeah,
I
eBay
didn't know
did
about
too.
eBay.
Yeah,
I
eBay
didn't-
just did it too.
Wow. So you can now pay for your shit in Doge.
Yeah. Crazy.
And I remember,
That is crazy.
I remember I think it was either early this year or late last year, people were petitioning to have Amazon start accepting Dogecoin.
If they haven't
don't
yet,
see
I'm
why
sure
wouldn't.
if they haven't yet, I'm sure soon enough it will be.
Yep.
Probably whenever, August, when Jeff Bezos,
How do they even tax
whenever he
that?
steps down. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, in August, is no longer the CEO of Amazon. He stepped down.
Really?
How do you even tax that? Like, I can understand.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can tax capital gains, but you're not making capital gains. It's not an investment that's accrued value. It's you sold somebody a shirt using Bitcoin. Like,
I don't know. There's a way to do it on your. They asked if you invested in cryptocurrency on when you filled out your tax return this year. So
right, but you're not
Hey.
investing. You're trading. You're buying shit with it, selling stuff with it. So like Walker, how do you determine the value of the fair market value? Maybe is what you would go off. How would you do that on taxes
Yeah,
if
I
I
don't know.
sold
I was
you?
trying to
Fair
think that
market
too.
value keeps changing though on it.
Right. From moment to
gotta keep
moment.
changing.
By the second.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like when I did H&R Block this year, it asked me about crypto if I invested in cryptocurrency.
Right.
TurboTax did that too, and I hit yes, and it just said I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't look. I didn't invest in it last year, so obviously I didn't hit yes. So I don't know what would have happened, but yeah, I don't know how they evaluate that. Like, okay, so you have 13,000 shares of Dogecoin. Let's like.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like I said, I mean because I had to click yes and TurboTax, and it was just like, okay, I invested in cryptocurrency this year. On to the next question. Did you invest in stocks? I'm like, yeah, I did. Okay. Hey, did you buy a home? No. Okay.
So you didn't.
It's like
you,
it didn't care.
You
It
didn't.
really didn't care.
Okay. Because there's another question in there. Your capital gain. You don't get taxed on anything until you pull the money out.
Correct.
Right. So as long as you didn't pull, which is you're just saying it didn't have a question that asked that.
Or, yeah, it didn't have a question that asked that. You do get taxed.
That'd be a different form.
You get taxed also if you earn dividends from your stocks.
Would make sense.
Because I got a dividend from my Nintendo stock.
You really?
I actually did, yeah.
Nice.
I
That
got a
means
little
you'll
bit of a
continue. You should continue to get a dividend.
Mm-hmm.
Every what, like 3 months? Quarterly, aren't they?
Yeah.
Quarterly. That's dope. See, that's the secret. That's the secret to not having to work for people anymore. It really is, man. I mean, a certain amount of loot dropped into dividend investing. You know what I mean? To equal the amount of your cost of living per year, per month, per every 3 months.
Yeah.
There's of course, all kinds of other things, but it's just
Now,
cool.
Jeff, here's something that you might be
Bro.
interested in.
What's up, Nate?
So,
Dan Linus
There-
just joined us.
nice.
Yo.
Cartoon
there
ninjas in the
is-
building.
There is a app that I use called Coinbase,
Oh yeah, yep,
and
yep,
it's just for crypto.
yeah.
One of the coins on there, I forget what it's called. I'll have to check later. I'll let you know. But you earn 6% daily on that crypto, on that currency. On the specific one, I think it's like Al something.
This is a like a wallet, a savings wallet.
No, it's kind of like a Robinhood. Let me take a look here. Coinbase. I'm loading up right now. They also have a wallet as well. Algorand. Yeah, Algorand. So every
that.
day, for what I put in there,
Property.
I get 6% in more Algorand.
Careful with that coin. Sounds. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
That's weird that you just get
But it's
more
like-
for having it.
yeah, but it's like, you know, I put $5 in.
Okay, just see.
So like, it's not like it's gonna, it's not like I invested, you know, billions and millions of dollars into it.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I would check it out.
Well, that's all I got going on this week. We're about an hour in, and Walker, what did you do this week? I hope you guys don't have a ton of news, because
I know, honestly.
we're
I don't.
already at an hour almost.
No.
No, I honestly didn't really do much of anything. I really haven't been playing Apex. It's happened to me with that game where I play it, I do really good one season, the next season I just do complete dog shit, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So, nothing's really kind of tickled my fancy in the last little bit, video game wise, almost like what's going on with you, Schroeder. There hasn't been anything new, to kind of have it be, kind of change it up. Played a little bit of Pokemon Snap, rewatched all of Dragon Ball Super, just finished that today. I sped through it though, so I skipped quite a bit of episodes. Like especially, I didn't watch any of the filler episodes. Some of the episodes that had a bunch of filler in it, but had peak moments, I just fast forwarded through it. And so I probably watched, say, half of Dragon Ball Super, but all of Dragon Ball Super at the same time. So, just to do something, but that's really honestly it.
Yeah, I knew you were watching Dragon Ball Super because I saw it on my Funimation
Cartoon just
watch
yelled
history.
BB Super, actually.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yelled it.
Supposedly here
That's the rope.
sometime this year we're supposed to be getting season 2. So
Well,
It's-
I saw a thing on my Google feed. It was like, oh, they plan on making a new Dragon Ball Super movie in the year 2020. And I go, huh? You're a little late on that one, bud. Uploaded 2 days ago.
yeah,
And
supposedly.
then another story said 2022.
Yeah, I know they're gonna be.
Somebody forgot to
they
hit
are
post on their
making a
WordPress
new,
account.
They are making a new series, a new like add-on this Super.
Yeah.
Because of the crazy success that this one had. They didn't expect it to do as good as it did, especially even like over here in America. But you have all the kids that grew up with Dragon Ball Z. They're like,
Dragon
"Fuck."
Ball, that's your gateway drug into anime
Exactly.
here in the States.
Oh, it's so
Tell
true.
me I'm wrong.
Yeah, it is for sure, dude.
It was your gateway drug into anime.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But so I watched all that. Supposedly they're going to be doing it here soon. So I'm assuming because they haven't, because Dragon Ball GT is no longer canon, and
Thank
Dragon
God.
Ball GT added the person who's called Oob, who was the reincarnation of Boo. And in Dragon Ball Super, they talk about how he was just born. And so I'm assuming they may show something in relation to him growing up instead of fast forward, boom, this kid's like a young adult now. Bye.
And Goku's a kid.
Yeah. So we'll see. You wanna thank our Patreon?
Yeah. Hey, mad shout out to Jeffrey Ryan for being a member of the Lockpick Nation and helping fund the Lockpick Guild.
Yes,
Again,
man. Thank you very much.
Jeffrey Ryan, for your
Been there
continued
for a
support.
minute.
Over a year.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. I appreciate you very, 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 very much. I got a couple things for movie news. Gonna start off.
For
So the Venom 2 trailer just launched. Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage is what the movie is called. Looks pretty fucking awesome. So one of the key moments in the trailer wasn't even in the trailer, but it was right after the name Sony. It said Sony, the next screen, in association with Marvel. Venom 1 did not have that, which means that somewhere in the talks, because if you guys remember to last year, no, the year before, 2 years ago, where Sony said, nah, fam, you're not having Spider-Man anymore, Disney. We're taking him back. Okay, bye. Do your own, like, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean you're just taking Spider-Man back? You're not taking, like,
Make
yeah, he's
your
not.
own web-swinging superhero.
Like, yeah, we're taking Tom Holland Spider-Man back. He's not going to be any more Marvel movies, Avenger movies. He's exclusively us. And Tom Holland in the world basically was like, what the fuck? Okay, this is, how are we going to finish this? And so then Disney made some kind of agreement with Sony to get him back. And there was talks that that agreement involved Venom somehow. Because obviously Venom is a big part of Spider-Man's life. So it's kind of like the yin and the yang. It's like the Lex Luthor to Superman, the Batman to the Joker, and Venom is that to Spider-Man. So this movie, it says in association with Marvel. Because of that, the director did come out and say yesterday in an interview that even despite it having that title, this particular sequel is not connected to the current MCU universe.
They're making their own Spider-Verse.
And then asking, obviously there are links between Venom and Spider-Man and the Marvel universe and the Spider-Man story, but in this specific movie, this is very much his own world. Venom is his own story in his own world. And they ask, what does that mean for the future of Spider-Man and Venom? And the only thing the director could say is, the future looks promising. Maybe we'll see something down the road. There is rumors that Venom could appear in the end credit scene of a Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 3, Far From Home. No Way Home is what it's called. That comes out the end of this year. But we'll see. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens. Let There Be Carnage comes out September 24th. Spider-Man 3 comes out December 7th. So we'll definitely see what happens there. You remember the Joker, the one with Joaquin Phoenix, the one that came out about 2 years ago, the really darker, rated R Joker.
Yeah.
They are still working on a sequel. They are trying to write the script, but they want to make it right. They have not ditched this project. They just want to make sure it's done the right way. because of the extreme success of the Joker, the original one with Joaquin Phoenix, they don't want to do a second one, and then it just ruins the experience from the first one. They want to make sure it's done right, done the right way, not just be, oh, here's another movie because the first one made a shit ton of money.
Alright.
So, Todd Phillips himself said that he is still involved, as well as Joaquin Phoenix is, but we do not currently have a time frame as on anything, but it is still in the works. So, let's see what we got here else. Zack Snyder. Actually, I'll save that for a second. Paranormal Activity 7 is being released. And it is coming directly out to Paramount Plus at the end of this year. It's most likely not going to be called Paranormal Activity 7, despite it being the 7th movie in the franchise. They said this movie will more so be a reboot of the series entirely. If you've ever watched the Paranormal Activity movies, essentially it is what the title is, Paranormal Activity shit. Like, it's a jump scare movie where a door slams and you jump. It will be Paranormal Activity will be rebooted and launched on Paramount Plus by the end of 2021, embarking on a new line of Paranormal Activity movies that will be released directly to the Paramount Plus streaming service. You're talking, James. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was muted. I remember watching the first Paranormal Activity with my buddy and his sister in the back of their family minivan on our way to Ponderosa Steakhouse.
There you go.
It was one of those weird memories that I'll never forget. And yet, I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
But yeah, it's like the original one was good, but then it just became this fucking, I don't even know, like they made 6 of them. Like,
well, it was
at
like
what
what Blair
point
Witch
is it
Project like that.
oh yeah,
Because Saw movies.
It's stupid cheap to make.
Saw movies. Speaking of Saw movies,
They're stupid cheap to make, and they're almost immediate like box office winners. You know, they're
Your
almost guaranteed
butthole's
to
a
make their
box
money
office winner.
back. Ooh, you know it.
that was going. But speaking of Saw movies, Spiral is set to release this Friday in theaters only. Spiral, it's Spiral from the book of Saw. Chris Rock is the main character. He plays the detective looking into these murders that oddly resemble the Saw murders from many, many, many years ago. Samuel Jackson is his partner in crime. They both said they wanted to show a different side of them that you've never seen before, that you think of Chris Rock, you think of comedy, you think of funny. This is
You don't think of him in a fucking horror movie.
Horror movie.
Not just any horror movie, but a Saw movie.
Yeah, he said
Who's
that
directing this one? I forget who it was. It was some big name.
it was Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's right. It was Chris Rock
Yeah.
directing it.
This Rock's
Yeah.
actually directing it too.
Yeah, he did it all. Yeah, he wanted to show what he can do, in terms of
A different genre, something outside of his element.
exactly.
Timeline.
Yeah.
Cartoon Ninja says Spiral only in theaters. Where you're part of the game. Take your chance.
Yeah, but yeah, it's in the trailer. If you ever watched it, essentially there's a scene where Chris Rock does get booby trapped into one of the contraptions. I feel when it's all said and done, it's either going to be him or Samuel L. Jackson is going to be the antagonist, the one that was like pretending to be the good guy, but in reality he was the mastermind behind all the murders and the plot and everything like that. But
And at the very
Yeah, that
end,
comes-
it's gonna be just kidding. It's the It's like a Tiger King.
True. Fucking Carol Baskin.
Fucking
Yeah, it's,
Carol Baskin.
But yeah, that comes out this Friday. To theaters only. Because Twisted Pictures doesn't have their own streaming service, so they can't release it to any,
I mean, they could.
they could.
You know the
Yeah,
Tiger
they-
King is suing, by the way?
Oh, probably for his likeliness or some shit.
No, he's suing, do you know how he put up a thing, a pardon? He put up a pardon for Trump? He asked Trump to pardon him?
Yeah, and he had a limo sitting outside for him to
Right.
be pardoned.
Well, he's suing the people who didn't give Trump the envelope with the request to a pardon.
That's amazing.
Yo, he's pretty butthurt about it. He was very affected by that. Side
Oh yeah,
side
he
news.
had a limousine literally chilling outside.
Just waiting for his ass.
just waiting for him to get pardoned because he knew,
Wah,
100% knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. So whoever got that letter that was
Guaranteed.
like, Trump, will you pardon me? Whoever didn't give that to Trump is gonna get sued. America, the best.
Oh my god, that's
Crazy,
amazing.
That's
crazy
good.
shit, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
That's reality.
that's the fucking world we live in. Oh, it's also coming to IMAX too. So if you want to, it's the first Saw movie to ever to come out in IMAX. To come to IMAX theaters. So that'll be an experience and a half. Have you either of you guys ever been to an IMAX theater?
No.
Oh, wait,
Maybe once.
Once years, like fucking.
Yeah. I went to a laser light show with one of the Led Zeppelin laser light shows.
Nice.
Pretty neat.
I went to. I
Made me
saw
nauseous.
The Dark Knight Rises, and what was the other one? Skyfall, the James Bond movie, like the one that was really good.
Bro,
Like the
we should see the new Fast and Furious in an IMAX theater as
Yeah.
a
fucking
group.
IMAX.
Let's
As a
do
group,
it.
dude. We should get all of the Aim Right,
The
Piff,
boys.
all the boys, all the boys.
That'd be fucking.
That would be dope.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be an experience. That comes out next month.
Fuck Apollo 13. We're gonna go see fucking Fast and the Furious. They Spider-Man a car.
They They really do.
What has Apollo 13 done? They fucked up a ship. They didn't even do it right.
Now we're fucking Spider-Man in a car, man. You don't even know.
The whole movie, you're hoping they don't fail anymore.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Give me a movie. Give me a movie where you're fucking swinging a car from building to building, and then we'll talk.
Yep.
Go ahead, NASA.
Yo,
Make
Luke.
it Why don't you get Elon
Uh,
Musk to do it?
That's so
Last
funny.
piece of.
I was thinking that myself. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking. That's good. That's not a bad.
Yeah, right,
idea,
if
though.
Elon
It's
Musk
not.
did it, the fucking car would have flamethrowers on it. Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It said it wasn't safe.
So did you oh, real quick,
go ahead.
real quick.
Very good.
Did you know that Teslas have DLC?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Like,
Have you
my
seen
one
the
buddy-
screen in one of those things?
Oh yeah,
The
no, they're
whole
great.
middle is a TV.
Yeah, but like
Not even a
through
screen.
the Tesla app, there is a button that you can press, and it's like,
Huh?
oh, for $2,000, you can add extra horsepower to your Tesla.
Get the hell out of it.
There's
Really?
actual fucking DLC for your car.
Bro. That's silly
Dead
though.
ass.
That's silly though that it would be like that. Like,
Yeah.
I got a governor on my shit unless I pay you more money. Let me hack this. You're gonna breed a whole world, like a whole thing of hackers hacking cars, and then they're gonna fuck up the damn geofencing and the road safeness of it.
Yeah.
hacking it just so that they can get Morgan Freeman's voice, so they don't have to pay for it. Come on.
This is the early 2000s. You gotta have the Homer Simpson voice, just like on those GPSs.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen that.
You don't remember that? Yeah, that was like one of the things for like Garmin's, is that you can get
Nice.
Homer Simpson's voice, and then whenever you would like miss a turn or something, it would go, "Don't!"
I don't know how. I don't know if that would be annoying or not. Yeah, it was Pink Floyd. It was. You hack your car, it drives you to the police. No, those kids won that Sony claim in court. All right, you buy it, it's yours. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Cartoon says, Mr. T Garmin voice pack, the best.
On what's that app that you can download on your phone that's a GPS? Not Google Maps.
Waze?
Yeah, they have Terry Crews as a GPS voice option.
I want that.
Yeah, you can download the Waze app, and then it had Terry Crews as an option for the voice.
I would do that. Would you download a car?
Yes.
Yeah, for
On
$35,000, you can get a
Waze.
base Tesla Model 3, or you can do the performance package for $52,000, and your car goes from 120 miles an hour at 5.3 seconds to 162 miles per hour at 3.1 seconds.
Yeah, but is that actually DLC or is that hardware upgrades?
No, you can actually get fucking DLC for the car.
'Cause I can understand DLC like Morgan Freeman's voice in the fucking navigation system or
no.
something.
Do
Or-
you want me?
But if you're
Do you
telling
want
me that if you're telling me that my engine's ability to do what I want it to do is limited because like if you're telling me there's a legitimate governor on it, unless you pay more money, that is a little. I don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like.
Yeah,
That
like
doesn't
do
feel good.
you want me to call
feels
up
nasty.
Ali right now and ask him about the DLC on his
Yes, man.
fucking car?
Yeah, fucking
'Cause I
nasty.
will.
What is the? So are you being accurate? It is DLC that is like what I'm saying would be annoying. Because again,
Yeah.
DLC that adds Morgan Freeman or Sully from Monster Incorporated or some kind of voice or something cool like that, that'd be dope. But if or if it adds games, if I can play Doom on that big ass screen, dope. I'd pay for that.
Oh no, there are games on there.
Huh?
There's
But-
games that you can get.
Right, I'm sure. But are you saying is that what?
Hold on.
No, that's a thing. That's fucked. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's yours. It's your hardware. You should be. That's like buying an Xbox.
Ali, sorry to bother you, but you're on the podcast right now.
And we're trying to use a
Jeff-
lifeline. We're using a lifeline.
Yeah, we're using the lifeline right now. Jeff doesn't believe me that you have fucking DLC for your car.
I do believe it. What type?
Yeah, what kind of DLC do you have?
Give me an example of a DLC.
Oh, like the boost so you can drive faster than what it comes with.
Like-
Say it again.
Oh,
Yeah, I
the
can't.
booster that you could drive your car faster. Yeah, that's what he said.
Do you have to pay for this?
How much is it? About $2,000.
Get the fuck out of here! Are you
Get the
serious?
fuck out of here. Are you serious?
I won't buy a Tesla now on principle. I'll get a fucking Prius.
All this stuff, for example, like if you didn't buy the full self-driving with the car, you can do it through that as well. So any upgrades, like some people don't get the heated seats, like the seats, you can download a software for that through those DLC stuff. So that's where you get more upgrades for your car.
No, unacceptable.
through the app. So
100% unacceptable.
It's like having Xbox Live basically, and you download stuff.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Alright.
I appreciate you.
Jeff looks disgusted.
I am
and he says, "Thank
disgusted.
you very
I don't
much."
look disgusted. I'm fouled.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
That's shenanigans. I won't buy a Tesla on principle now. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy that you have heaters in your chair, and unless you pay for a DLC, they don't turn on. That's stupid as fuck, bro. That is the dumbest thing in the world. Aimright just jumped on. He's like, "What did you just say? Recap that about Teslas? Yeah, the fucking Tesla cars. Apparently, there's a bunch of shit in it. A bunch of shit in it. A bunch of shit. Not some shit. Not this and that. A bunch of shit. From what I've gathered in this small conversation we've had here. Aim. And from what I'm gathering, your car will come with heaters in the chair. And it's a cold day, and you're like, damn, my ass is cold. Do you want your ass to be warm? We'll pay pay $500 more, and you can have warm ass. I like that. That's like buying a Xbox that has 2 hard drives in it. But you paid for the 256. It's got the 512 in it, but you paid for the 256. So guess what? You can only use the 256, even though the 512 is in there. Like, what is that? That's stupid. Software driven.
It's like on what was it? Street Fighter Cross Tekken. The first DLC was actually on the disc. It was just locked.
What? Right, I'm saying here, software driven, it's only like that. It used to be like 10 things. Software driven. I don't know entirely what you're saying there. Are you saying there's only software? No, these guys are fucking saying that if you wanted to go fast, there's a governor built into it.
If you didn't buy the performance package, you could buy the performance package later on.
And it's just by downloading software.
Pretty
The
much.
car can do it. How are people not
It's
gonna hack their
DLC.
own stuff? Like, if you, and then that question that comes up is like with the Sony PlayStation versus the kids when they were modifying it, and the court said you bought it, you could do whatever the hell you want with it, it's yours. Does that mean that I could take my Tesla car and hack into it, and now I have warm ass?
Yep.
And not get in trouble? Because I'm not selling it. It's my ass that's getting warm. Watch him come at you if you like do Uber and somebody's ass is warm. You just sold the service is the way to look at it. But still, man, I don't like that. That salts my grits, bro. I think
That rustles your jimmies.
that rustles my jimmies. I think I'll be getting a Prius after all. Damn. Now, if it was like hardware upgrades, I can understand that. Like, and it's supposed to be, the Tesla cars are supposed to be easy to work with. Like, you're supposed to. There are not a lot of pieces to the fucking thing. It's a RC. It's a fancy RC
It's mainly
car.
a battery.
It's mainly a battery. So like,
Well, a few batteries, but you get my point.
you know what I mean? If I could pull up into somewhere and then open a hood up and lift out the engine thingy and put a new one in that's more powerful, pay a premium for that. That makes sense. I just find it. If there's software things that like take the internal lighting and strobe light them, or I don't know. I don't fucking know. There's things that are acceptable and there's things that are not acceptable. For me to have to pay an extra $600 to hit a button and my moonroof open is stupid. When the motor's in there, and it should just be able to do that. That's, like I said, it's like buying a terabyte hard drive, you know what I'm saying, Xbox. Yeah, that's sillies. Move on. This topic annoys me.
So what do you have?
All he
for
says
news,
he's so
James?
upset he can't listen right now. He would have loved to heard the
He says they
rant.
can't hack it. The H, if the heaters are in there, you should be able to hook them up. Probably the hell. The hell, if the heater's in there, you should be able to hook them up. Right. They can't hack it. I know, it's because it's made by Elon. Anti-hack technology.
He do.
Called Elon. I don't fucking know.
Elongate.
Elongate.
Elongate technology.
Dude, if that should ever.
You're not wrong.
Fuck. Alright, hey. I got some
Go to
news.
your news, James, and I'll finish mine.
Elongate. I can't wait till that conspiracy theory pops off.
Oh, okay. Alright. Hey, do you guys remember the game Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance?
I do.
It's coming out again. They're re-releasing it.
Good.
For PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and PC and mobile ports are going to be released later this year. It's out now for $30.
Yo, it was daytime when we started the stream over at Walker's house over there.
Oh, we'll talk about the 2021 Hall of Fame inductees in a second. We'll talk about the Judgment Day events in a second. PlayStation. Hey, this is from Bloomsburg. We don't really talk about Bloomsburg too much because they usually don't have enough stuff that really pertains to us. But you know, one of the hardest items to find.
Elongate.
Oh.
Love it.
So, one of the hardest things to find right now in the world is a PlayStation 5. People have been trying for a good, like,
Them
6
damn
months now?
microchips. You know, I googled today, why is it so hard for us to get these microchips, man? It's ridiculously difficult to make fucking whatever these things are we need.
Yeah, no, it's been tough it's been really tough.
What was the name of those things? Microprocessors or something?
Yeah. So Sony said in a kind of like a press release, Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki from Sony said, quote, "I don't think demand is calming down this year, and even if we secure a lot more devices and produce many more units of PlayStation 5s next year, our supply wouldn't be able to catch up with demand." So they're figuring that the short supply will remain until next year. Will remain through next year, sorry. Will remain through 2022, so they won't be, according to Sony, they won't be readily available until 2023. Which by that time, you know, who knows, we might have a new PlayStation 5 Pro at that point.
But then the aliens are gonna come down and we're all gonna have Star Trek fucking holodecks. It's supposed to happen this year, by the way.
Epic has been in the middle of a lawsuit with Apple, for those who've been living under a rock.
That's still going on?
Oh yeah, no, it's still going on. Pretty interesting stuff has been revealed through these court procedures, or through these court hearings and stuff. So, according to now deleted court evidence, this is from Games Radar. According to the now deleted court evidence, it says that Elgato, Epic Games Store offered $200 million as a minimum guarantee for Sony first-party exclusives. So we've seen Death Stranding come to Epic Games Store, Horizon Zero Dawn, and now Days Gone is going to be coming to the Epic Games Store as well soon. And apparently, it is said, the documents say that Epic offered Sony $200 million MG Plus for 4 to 6 titles, with MG seemingly standing for minimum guarantee. So, there's no information on what those 4 to 6 titles could have or would have been either. To date, okay, Sony would be guaranteed $200 million to have 4 to 6 video games on the Epic Games Store. Now, that also says it's MG for minimum guarantee plus. So they probably take a cut of the digital sales as well. Presumably, Epic gave Sony $200 million up front and said, hey, we want 4 to 6 of your PlayStation exclusive games on our platform. Correct. And only on our platform. And then they said, to sweeten the deal, you'll get X amount of dollars or X percentage of sales revenue as well. So not only, and again, this is from a now deleted court document, so who knows how legitimate this actually is. But they said, hey, you know, all this shit. I don't know, something with Epic, or Apple has been forcing Epic to dig up a lot of things that they've been talking to a lot of companies about. I don't have this in the news, but I did read an article earlier this week about how Epic approached not only Sony, but Microsoft and Nintendo with a similar lucrative deal for an upfront payment plus royalties for having exclusive games on the Epic Game Store. Now, Nintendo, the only one that was actually going to make it is Sony. Because Nintendo, they don't do that. They don't do that shit. Things come to their platform, they don't put things on other platforms. And Microsoft has the Microsoft Store, and they're in bed with Steam. So, that ain't gonna happen either, Chief. So, yeah, it looks like Sony allegedly made a fantastic deal with Epic to get their stuff on their platform. But again, like I said, who knows if this is actually real? It's a deleted document, exactly. So, and this would also coincide with, you know, Sony investing in the Epic Game Store and in Epic in general. So it kind of makes sense that there is some sort of deal going on between Epic and Sony. What do you want next? Do you want the Video Game Hall of Fame inductees or the Judgment Day event?
Do the Judgment one.
All right, hey, there was a thing that popped up on YouTube a few days ago from Sega. It said Judgment Day is coming, and it had a timer for a live event. Now I got super excited because there is a video game that Sega made called Judgment, or Judge Eyes if you're in Japan. Judgment is a spin-off of the Yakuza series.
I was like, isn't Judgment a music game?
Yeah. So, at this Judgment Day event, as they called it, they announced the next installment called Lost Judgment. It's going to star the main character Yagami from the first game and all of his ragtag team of detective friends running around in Kamurocho, and it looks like Yokohama, or Ijincho, which is Izaki Jincho, which is the main place from Yakuza 7. So that's going to be cool to see roaming around there. Basically, the story is there's this one guy who is claiming to have killed another man, and the people the detective agency, the lawyer group that Yagami works for, doesn't believe it. So Yagami's on the case to try to prove that he didn't do it. Yokohama Lumang are involved, which is a group from Yakuza 7. One of the big factions of what's called the Big Three. It looks like Yagami has to go undercover as a high school student. So this game takes place partially in a high school, where you have to do things like classes and after-school activities.
Yeah, like a
boxing,
bully.
robotics, and yeah, it's like, it reminds me like of Bully. Some other cool things is that they have the fully modeled high school. They have big Japanese actors. None of them have been in anything that we've seen, so they're big in Japan. Doing voices for the game. It has over 100 minutes of voice-acted dialogue, which, I mean, in reality, doesn't seem like a whole lot when you really think about it. But that does, it's a pretty good amount of voice acting. You got a skateboard, so this is the closest thing we're gonna get to like a new Tony Hawk's game in a while. Multiple fighting styles. One of the big things with the original Judgment was that there was detective missions, and those are super cool, but there weren't really a whole lot of it. Things like tailing people and collecting evidence, that kind of stuff. That's going to take a more important play into the game this time around. You are also going to have things like parkour missions and stealth segments as well. More info is coming soon. It's going to be launched globally on September 24th. This is the first game from Ryu ga Gotoku Studios, the Yakuza people, to have a global launch. Everything has always come out in Japan a few months before, and then it came here to the rest of the world. But that's coming September 24th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Series X/S. No news on if it's coming to PC anytime soon. If or when. Now, with Judgment, new Judgment game coming out, and Yakuza taking a drastically different take on the fighting in the game, the director of the series has said that the Judgment is going to stay an action like brawler title. It's going to be your more traditional fighting like Yakuza game, while all the Yakuza games from now on, at least until the near future, for the foreseeable future, is going to be a turn-based RPG, which I liked. I really like that.
The success of the last one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I really liked it. They managed to knock it out of the park with Yakuza 7 and made it kept the essence of the Yakuza games while making it turn-based. So yeah, that's the Judgment Day event. That was, oh god, I was so excited through all of it. The only thing that sucked is that the trailer was in English, and not to knock the voice actors, but it wasn't that great. Just saying. And then lastly, what I have is that time of the year again, folks. Here are your 2021 World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees.
Make it happen.
Can I get...
Yeah.
Hiya! Let's see here. Let's take a look here. So, the rest of the show, okay. Each year, the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York receives thousands of submissions for entry into its World Video Game Hall of Fame. Out of those initial submissions, 3 games are voted by the public, placed on one ballot, while the rest are chosen by members of the International Selection Advisory Committee, which is made up of journalists and scholars familiar with the industry. This year's 12 finalists. Let's take a look at them. We have the original StarCraft, Farmville, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Call of Duty, Animal Crossing, Portal, FIFA Soccer, Tron, Electronic Football, the little handheld like Mattel game, Something Else, and finally, do you want to get... No, I wish. Do you want to know what the last game is? Do you want to take a guess? It's a callback from earlier in the podcast.
Resident Evil?
No. I was singing the song earlier. No.
I don't even fucking remember.
Where in the world is
San Diego?
Really?
Yeah, where in the world is Carmen San Diego is the other game inducted this year. So, give it up for your 2021 Hall of Fame inductees.
Woo!
Game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I have for news.
Yeah, last year, Animal Crossing's, oh wait, yeah, Animal Crossing's won last year. How's that nominated
No,
again?
I didn't think it was on or that might have been for the other video game museum in Texas.
Hmm.
I didn't think Animal Crossing made it last year for Rochester one.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember 2 years ago, it was Final Fantasy VII.
There's like two major ones, one in Rochester, and then one in I think
The
Austin.
big ones, the strong,
Yeah,
the,
in
the
Rochester.
strong National Museum will play.
Jeff, we should go to that.
Okay.
Once it reopens and everything, we really need to go. We were gonna go. Me and a few friends were gonna go. I think last year or 2 years ago, but then we just never got around to it. Well, 2 years ago, we never got around to it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely down.
Rochester isn't far.
No,
Rochester's not that far.
New York? Rochester, New York?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's what, like a 3-hour drive?
So for myself, hang on a second, I'm trying to remember my Origins password.
Oh god. Why do you want to know your Origins password? Huh?
Let's see what's available.
What, on Origin?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just play fucking Apex Legends while we're doing a podcast?
I actually forgot Origin had Apex on there, to be honest with you. No, Jeff was talking about The Sims, so I knew I have The Sims on one of my Origins accounts. I just don't remember which one it is.
One of your 1,800 Origins accounts.
That's the game that I use when I can't like get into gaming because of being an adult.
Yo, so when are you guys downloading the online Sims game?
Online Sims game.
What was it, free ESO or something like that?
Yeah.
Walker, didn't I download it during one of my streams?
I think so.
What's it called?
It's
Let me take a look here.
Multiplayer, the free one, the online free one. So for myself, I got a couple.
Free ESO. Free Sims Online.
I got a couple pieces of news here, and then I will be done.
And you'll download The Sims 4?
Yep. I remember my password. Okay, so
You can be different characters.
first game piece of news is Skull and Bones from Ubisoft is delayed once again. Most likely won't be
Never coming
available
out.
until sometime late 2022. So Skull and Bones is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag realism mixed with Sea of Thieves. So you know how Sea of Thieves is cartoony, but you sail the world and do everything. Skull and Bones
sail the 7 seas.
is that,
booty.
but with the look and feel of Assassin's Creed. So it's an open world sea game that you go on quests, you do different things like you do on Sea of Thieves, but it has the realism, the look of the Ubisoft games Assassin's Creed. It's supposed to be this amazing game. It was launched, and initially the trailer was launched at E3 2017.
Hey,
And
you
it
know
was-
what else I think came out or was shown off at that year? Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
it was
coming out.
slated that it was supposed to.
Supposed to. Oh,
Sorry, someone was talking to me.
Talking.
That it was supposed to release the following year, but never actually did.
nope.
And who knows when it's gonna be released?
If it's
um,
gonna be released.
If it's gonna be released, it'll look amazing when it does. It's rumored supposedly to be a 4-player open world sea game, like
Yeah.
how Sea of Thieves is currently. So we'll see. We are getting a Battlefield 6 reveal event in June.
Probably
EA
for EA's event.
Yep.
Their E3 event.
CEO announced today that Battlefield 2021 will be revealed in June. More information coming in the summer. with that, they said Battlefield 6 is placed to be released by the end of October.
Wow. Oh, to compete with Call of Duty.
So if you
Wow,
like Battlefield,
ballsy.
this is the new game, Battlefield 6. I never really got into the Battlefield games, more Call of
I like
Duty
the
by
Battlefield
myself. But people who've been waiting for Battlefield, this is it. Another game that's coming out with some major updates, Overwatch 2. We haven't heard anything about it.
Not in a minute.
There's gonna be a PvP stream next week of Overwatch 2.
Wow. Okay.
It'll show new maps, major updates, gameplay, and everything that people have been waiting for. It is the first look into Overwatch 2. It is the PvP event coming up next week, live streamed by the developers at Blizzard. We've been hard at work on Overwatch 2, and we like to share some of what we've been doing with all of you. I know it's been quite some time in the past. When we talked about Overwatch 2, we focused a lot on the co-op and the story side of the game, but the PvP is the core of what makes Overwatch so special, and we wanted to show you what we have done. It looks like the stream will take place on May 24th. I'm assuming on Twitch. So that'd be kind of cool. So keep an eye out for that. So if you want to see exactly what they're doing, they're going to be. Oh no, the stream is on May 20th. Sorry, May 20th. It doesn't have a time though, so I'm assuming if you wanted to, you can look it up. And it will be on their Twitch account. I'm surprised, Jamie, you didn't have this in your news, but a lot of Resident Evil news going around right now. Resident Evil 8 Village 8. Villager, whatever you want to call it,
Resident Evil Village.
Fastest selling game in the entirety of the series of all Resident Evils.
Hell yeah.
3 million
Let's go.
copies have been sold in the first 4 days, putting it as the #1 fastest selling Resident Evil game in history. The only other game that managed to sell that was Resident Evil 6. And people got it because they thought it was going to be great, and they were all disappointed.
Oh yeah, I was extremely disappointed. I remember waiting in line at midnight for that game.
The new milestone is a huge achievement. Typically, it is a little lower, but due to the hype of the game and also across multiple different platforms, it has helped this game surge well past the expectations. So awesome job. With that being said, Resident Evil Village is Steam's most successful Resident Evil game of all time. Currently, based off of Steam, there is over 101,000 concurrent players who have downloaded it and play it daily on stream. On average, they're looking at about 75,000 people are playing it concurrently on Steam.
Great, good for Capcom.
Yeah.
You know, they've been knocking it out of the park recently with all their games, and yeah, they deserve all the success. They put a lot of good time and good work into their games.
So amazing job. To top that, for the first 2 days, there was over 600,000 viewers live on Twitch watching Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil Village. Sorry, huge numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And then with that, there's also some bad news. Resident Evil 8 Village has been accused of stealing a creature design, a creature design for a boss, by the director of a 2013 movie. Eurogamer early this week, Dutch movie director Richard something has accused Capcom of copying his work on his 2013 movie Frankenstein's Army. The movie features a character with a rotating propeller blades attached to its head.
Oh, don't spoilers.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't
That's
sure.
why I didn't read that. I didn't read that. That article.
Oh, my
so
bad. Basically,
I'll just here. Just give me like
no.
a thumbs up or something whenever you're done talking about it.
you're good.
Okay.
I'm done. Essentially, whenever you get to it, you'll see. Essentially, this guy is accusing them of stealing the design of his main antagonist. Even more Dragon Quest games are coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Hell yeah.
So later this year, it looks like they're going to be adding more Dragon Quest games to Game Pass.
Yeah, 'cause Dragon Quest Builders 2 just dropped on Game Pass.
It did. So a lot of people are super excited about that. Speaking of Xbox, finally there's been a little bit more talk about Fable 4. Fable 4 is going to be using the same engine as Forza, which will make this game crazy realistic. Yeah. Yep. Fable is using the same engine as Forza Motorsports.
How the hell are they gonna manage that? I mean,
They said they are.
It's more than just like the graphics. You know,
Go
it's things like
fast.
the physics and everything else with the game. How are they gonna turn that? I mean, that must be like a fucking versatile versatile engine.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause,
they
like,
said-
Have you seen like? There's a reason. I think they don't use the Frostbite engine for Madden anymore, or I know definitely not NHL, because it sucked
Yeah,
for
they're
sports
using,
games.
Forza Tech, the studio's core game engine, is powering 3 AAA games in development across beloved Xbox franchises. The most one that sticks out is the open world RPG of Fable.
That's so weird.
So yeah, there are people. A lot of people are. Well, Forza itself looks phenomenal. So
Yeah,
I'm
but it's more
assuming-
than just that.
well, yeah.
Yeah, it's with the engine. It's literally the engine of the game.
Yep. So we'll see. 2 last things I have. So Amazon's New World MMO showcases new dungeon gameplays ahead of launch. So they released a game trailer for the New World, the largest the largest open world game currently that's going to be available is made by Amazon Games. It's the same look and feel as Minecraft, not Minecraft, Warcraft, as well as
14.
14. New World is an online RPG where players can go on quests, take lure, and collect loot in the world of Arthenium. Essentially, a high fantasy setting that takes inspiration from Americas during the Age of Exploration.
Interesting.
It's set to launch August 31st. The developers of large-scale open MMO opened up about New World to a full preview ahead of the release. One of the many consistents in an MMO is the focus on dungeon crawling, which had the chance they dove into how it's called, and the quests are called what is that? Excavation. I can't even say what that is.
Excavations.
Excavations. There we go. Yeah.
Got you.
New World. Thank you. New World puts more of a focus on exploring a large open world at your own pace, letting you take on trades, engaging in PvP, PvE content, and build out your character to see how you see fit. This aspect of the game comes through in a big way during the excavation missions. Similar to the online RPGs, you and your squad and other adventurers team up to engage in story-driven standalone adventures located on different areas of the world. In our recent hands-on, we got to explore one of the high-level excavations set in ancient ruins, and then you can check out the video to see exactly what they did. It looks pretty cool. So
I feel like
definitely something to keep an eye on.
I don't know how successful this is going to be, because I mean, you got the 2 major players with World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14 dominating the MMO space. It's going to be hard for them, for Amazon, to take players from these 2 games, especially with the new 14 expansion coming out here soon, and with World of Warcraft Classic getting the Brood and Crusade stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see. It'll be interesting for sure to see exactly how it plays out. They've been working on this for a minute, so
Well, they've
Good for
also
them.
worked on Crucible for a minute, and you know how that went.
yeah, that's true. And it's didn't happen actually because it's still not even out again. The last thing that I have is Final Fantasy VII. June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy VII
out
remake.
quick?
What'd you say? Oh yeah.
Coming out quick.
Final Fantasy VII remake Intergrade. Essentially, it is.
Oh no,
What?
you're not going to be able to play the Yuffie stuff.
No, because it's PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
I have to wait until
oh.
December. So essentially, what they have done is they are now importing not Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII into the PS5. They have new stories, new gameplay, and better design. An upgrade in whole, essentially coming to the PS5 on June 10th. With
Hopefully
that,
they fix that fucking door.
yeah.
Hopefully they fix the texture on that goddamn door. That pissed me off.
So we'll see. It should. It says it's an upgraded version and the remake of the graphical and performance improvements, as well as new content. It's going to be exclusive to the PS5 for the first 6 months. Also releasing alongside of Intergrade is an episode intermission, $20 standalone expansion where you play as Yuffie.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna download that and then be done.
And
not
instead of
play through it again.
replaying the whole game.
Yeah.
It didn't say how and like what they've added in terms of the actual story.
It's the Yuffie stuff.
To actually make it so it's worth it, but we'll see.
It's just the Yuffie stuff. That's
So-
literally it that they're adding. Yeah, it's just that post game DLC. That post game story.
So with that, they did add a bunch of stuff with like James was just saying, which is nice. Let's see what we got here. So the director of the game said that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, when that is released, picks up immediately after the Yuffie story ends. So essentially what happens is that you have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is the Final Fantasy VII just with a couple extra added things. And then you have what's called the intermission, which is Yuffie's storyline. The Yuffie storyline takes place at the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake. They take place at the same exact time, with Yuffie's story expanding past the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake, bridging Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Part 2. So what happens in this Yuffie storyline, the second you pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, whenever it releases, it picks up the second that expansion, the DLC ends. They said it's not required that you play the Yuffie storyline, but if you want to not have a break in the timeline and you want to know what happens on every second, then you play this and then it'll take place right after the Yuffie storyline. They have no more further updates on Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. They said Squeenix would not allow them to talk about it during this press conference. So all they can say is that it's going good, and it'll hopefully will have some news sometime in the near future.
I heard,
Yeah.
I heard this one dude, he was complaining about Final Fantasy VII Remake winning at last year's Game Awards, winning like soundtrack of the year.
Only thing of one.
Yeah, but he was super pissed. He thought Doom Eternal and Ori and the Blind Forest should have won, and I'm like, bro, you know damn well that they weren't even gonna come close to winning. It's Final Fantasy fucking VII. and they throw in the thing that I hated most about the soundtrack is that they just threw in One Winged Angel all over the place in that
You know,
in all those tracks. Like they busted the nut super early with One Winged Angel.
Also in the press
Over
conference,
and over
we're
again,
getting
too.
2 more Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, we are. I pre-registered for one.
Good. For the first one, it's Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier.
Where we dropping, boys? I'm dropping at Nibelheim.
It's a Final Fantasy VII Battle Royal. Yes, you heard it right. Final Fantasy is making a Battle Royal where you can have skins, where you dress up as a chocobo. That is set to release sometime in 2022. There wasn't much information on it other than some pictures.
Talked about this already, like a few months ago.
This just
No.
came out. Like this information just released an
I think
updated
with
release
okay, there we go.
with the press conference. They had
That's
more
right,
news
that's
about
right.
it.
You're right. I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
no, this was but no, it's not turn-based. It's not called Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale. It's just called Final Fantasy Battle Royale.
Final
So
Fantasy, or it's like called First Soldier Final Fantasy VII or something like that.
yeah, it's called Final Fantasy: The First Soldier.
There we
So
go.
essentially, it's going to be a mix of characters throughout the franchise where you drop in and have a battle royal.
Even
you
though First
played-
Soldier's only in 7, but okay.
How do
Oh,
you
yeah.
fight?
You shoot.
There's guns and stuff and
And
magic.
is it turn based or is it like
It's
No,
about
it's an actual battle royal. Have you
It's
ever
like
seen?
PUBG or
okay.
Fortnite.
Have you ever seen the game that me and James played? That Chinese,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Japanese battle royal.
Cyber Hunter? Yeah,
Yeah,
Cyber
the one
it
that-
looks like
James is the best person that's ever played it. You
Hell
mean?
yeah, I'm the best goddamn dude.
it
Oh
looks
my
like that.
god.
Top 10.
Imagine my skills with this fucking chair. I
Yeah.
already got my Fortnite wins up to like ninja level.
So the only downfall, this is a mobile game. So, but essentially you have shields that you can throw up. You can throw fire. You can throw lightning, and you can throw
Hands.
water. You can throw cans and hands. Yeah. There's different elements that you go pick up throughout the land, and that allows you to build your electric, your water, and your fire.
It's
As
just
well
like
as-
elements.
Yeah, you go pick up elements. So like, but when you use it, you have to go find more.
It's kind of
um,
like with Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. So and then you go find guns on the ground, and then on the kind of like Cyber Hunter, you can then pick up like more of that same gun to make it more powerful.
Listen, man, if there isn't a part in that game where Cloud is not flossing,
Yeah, I know.
I'm giving up. I give up. hope.
They also talked about the new game called Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Also a mobile game. Essentially, what Ever Crisis is, it is an updated version
Crisis
of
Core,
the.
baby.
It's an updated version of the polygram look how it currently is, but it follows the entire timeline of Final Fantasy VII. So how Final Fantasy VII currently works, there's 3 different games.
No, there's more. What ones are
Oh,
you
yeah.
thinking of?
Well, you have Crisis Core, you have Final Fantasy VII, you have what the fuck's it called?
Dirge of
uh,
Cerberus?
Yeah, Dirge, that game.
Oh yeah, those games, and then it adds the 2 movies as well.
So if
Oh, and the one mobile game that was only available in Japan, I think it adds to.
yeah, so it's a very, very large game, but it covers the entire storyline of every Final Fantasy VII game that's related to Final Fantasy VII. So you
wanna
have Zack's
know-
story, you have the Sephiroth story, you have Cloud's story when he was in
Vincent's.
Soldier.
I want to know how they're gonna do Dirge of Cerberus, because Dirge of Cerberus was just a Devil May Cry clone,
Yeah, I'm curious too.
but terrible.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It also includes Advent Children. Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus. Let me see what we got here. That's pretty much it. But yeah, Ever Crisis, it has a look of Dragon Quest almost. If you ever played that game, where it's still animated but not animated. So the storyline currently goes before Crisis. Before
Which I-
Crisis,
Which I think
Final-
was the Japan only mobile game.
Yep,
was
that's what it
before
was.
Crisis.
Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus.
Yep, because that involves Nibelheim getting attacked, and before Vincent falls asleep for like 100 years.
Dirge of Cerberus, The Lost Episodes.
Oh yeah,
which-
that
Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII.
my boy Zach.
It'll have pieces of Final Fantasy VII Remake that they've added. Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII: The Lost Order, which was The Lost Order was a limited edition of the Advent Children called
Yeah,
Advent Pieces. It was an animated version of Advent Children, essentially. It's a film, and that's all going to be compiled together in Ever Crisis. It'll be released in
That's gonna be like an-
2022.
That's gonna be an 800 fucking gig mobile game.
Yeah, released in 2022 for iOS and Android.
Although they managed to do the trickery, they managed to do that fucking magic trickery to put all of Final Fantasy 15 onto your phone.
That
That's
is
only
true.
like 4 gigs.
Well, they said that this, in their interview, that it's going to be an episodic, single-player game with adding a narrative material on it. So there may not be parts that are playable, but are just like narrative, like a video.
It's kind of like with
Almost like the games like that you play where they kind of talk and like they have pictures next to
yeah.
them, like
the
on the
ones that
Switch
I
and
play.
shit.
Uh,
I can't remember the
uh,
names.
No, visual novels.
Yeah.
I think it could be like you remember in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 collection?
Yeah.
You know how there's Dream Drop Distance and it's
Mhm.
just one long FMV?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be that. I would assume they would do that with like Dirge of Cerberus or Advent Children.
That makes sense.
The F? Full motion video. Yeah.
Yeah, where you don't actually play, but it just kind of tells a story like
Yeah.
by itself.
It's like a Quibi,
Yeah.
except longer.
But yeah, because I don't know how they're gonna put all of that into one game that's a mobile game. But I guess nowadays you have the new fucking iPad that has an M1 chip in it, so you never know. Yeah, the new iPad that's releasing this month has a computer processor built into it, so
Yep.
I
Yeah, it
wouldn't
doesn't
be
have their A
surprised.
chips anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
Makes me feel great about their iMacs. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's got a tablet processor in it.
so it's possible with the way everything's changed. So, but
Mhm.
that's all I got for news. Let's get to some releases.
Yeah, let's take a look at some releases. We are looking at the releases for up until the 24th. All right, today's the 11th. All right, so we have on today, for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, we have Call of Sea coming out. Oh, Hood Outlaws and Legends came out yesterday, by the way.
Nice.
I forgot that was a thing. We have Hood Outlaws and Legends. Did you hear anything about? Yeah, like Robin Hood. No, not like Leprechaun 3, but like Robin Hood. Yeah, Fight for New York. Vendetta. They teased Def Jam
Fight for
Records. Well, yeah, because it was running on the same engine that did the old wrestling games, like WCW versus NWO.
Really?
It used the exact same engine, yeah. That's what made it so fun. What was it? I think it was about like a year or so ago. Def Jam Records teased a new Def Jam game.
That'd be fucking amazing.
and everyone got super excited. But I digress. On the 12th, we have Rift Raccoon coming out for Xbox Series and the Nintendo Switch. We have Retro Machina coming out for Switch and PS4. Jin Conception coming out for Switch and PC on the 12th. On the 13th, we have Ruby Grim Eclipse coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Space.
Exactly.
Damn it.
Okay.
We have. Yeah, I'm fine. Just took a chunk out of my tongue or something. Just took a chunk out of my tongue. We have Wing Commander War and Trade coming to the Nintendo Switch. We have also Lost Ruins coming for the PC on the 13th. Exodemon coming out for the Series X and Xbox One on the 13th. Death Crown coming out for the Switch and Xbox One. Oh boy, what the fuck is this game? Oh no. Okay. Fantasy Tavern Sextet Volume 3. Post-Lude Days coming out for the PC and the Nintendo Switch on the 13th. We have Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon coming out for the PC on the 13th. On the 14th, we have Subnautica Below Zero, I do believe, coming out for the PlayStation 5 and Series X as well, coming out on the 14th. Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming out for fucking everything except for the Nintendo Switch.
That Fantasy Tavern Sextus is a third part.
Yeah, it's part 3. It's the third and final part of the incredible story of the Fantasy Tavern series. It is the Return of the Jedi, if you will. The Return of the Jedi, if you will, of the Fantasy Tavern games.
Jeez. I'm looking at
Karma.
the trailer now, and it's just a bunch of anime girls with their legs spread.
I mean, what else did you expect with a name like that? Karma Incarnation 1 coming out for the Xbox One on the 14th as well. On the 18th, we have Essays on Empathy coming out for the PC. SnowRunners coming out for the Nintendo Switch. SnowRunners coming out for the Xbox, probably the Series X and PS5. Days Gone coming out for the PC. Fuck this game again. Void Terrarium coming out for PlayStation 5 on the 18th. Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Dry Twice coming out for PC, Mac, PS4, Switch, and Xbone.
Screaming that.
Archaea coming out on. Then we have Archaea coming out for the Nintendo Switch. On the 19th, we have Dark Knights with Poe and Munro coming out for the PC and Mac. Sunless Skies coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One. Aerial Knights Never Yield. Oh, that game actually looks pretty sick. That's coming out for PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbone, Series X, and PC. We have Outbreak Endless Nightmares coming out for the 19th. Crossroads Inn coming out for the Xbox One. On the 20th, we have Rise of Slime coming out for PS5 and PS4. The Wild at Heart coming out for PC and Series X. Sure Footing coming out for the Xbox One. Just Die Already coming out for the Xbox One and PS4. The Longest Road on Earth coming out for the PC. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl coming out for Xbox One and PS4. Raising Hell coming out for the Nintendo Switch. And Frozenheim coming out for the PC on the 20th. I said what, till the 23rd, right?
23rd, yeah.
Yeah. On the 21st, we have Cosmic Top Secret coming out for the Xbox One and Switch. Knockout City coming out for the PS4 and PC. Raising Hell coming out for the Xbox One. Miitopia coming out for the Nintendo Switch. And finally, on the 21st, we have Rust coming out for the Xbox One and PS4. Back to you guys.
Not a ton coming out movie news. The biggest thing, if you like The Hills from many, many, many years ago, The Hills is being re-released today. Well, tomorrow for me, today for you, on MTV. That's an old show. Yeah, kind of. It's all reality TV show now. That's all it is. Netflix is releasing a boatload of movies. On Friday, we have Spiral, the book from the Book of Saw, coming out. As well as on Friday, we have Army of the Dead coming to
Oh, yeah.
Netflix. It is a zombie outbreak happens in Las Vegas. A group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, hilarious, and venture into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. So it's essentially, there are a bunch of people trying to rob Vegas during a zombie apocalypse outbreak. It's directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
So that comes to Netflix on Friday, so that should be good. Let's see what we got here.
It has a 57 on Metacritic.
I could figure.
It is 77 on Rotten Tomatoes.
What is this?
Oh, Dave Bautista's in it?
Yeah, that's his new movie. He said in an interview yesterday that he's done with Drax after the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie because he doesn't like Disney or Marvel anymore, and so he's gonna focus on more
I don't either.
serious roles. So he took this movie instead. High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 2 comes out this Friday.
Wait, High School Musical, the series, season 2.
Correct.
Say that like 10 times fast, real quick.
Yeah, yeah, it's literally what it's called.
God damn.
It's essentially the premise is the
It's High School
school that
the musical. Season 2.
the school that the High School Musical was actually filmed in, they never did a play of the High School Musical, and so this teacher comes in and like demands to be the drama teacher to do the musical of the High School Musical. Exactly.
My head hurts.
That comes out on Friday. Mission Impossible the original Mission Impossible comes out to theaters on Sunday, in preparation for Mission Impossible 8. It comes out later this summer. And there's a bunch of really random shows. Nothing really amazing. Netflix and all these other ones just have a bunch of series coming out that who knows. That's really about it. I think that we call it a podcast.
That sounds like a podcast.
Go around the room and where can we find you? What are you gonna be doing?
All right. Well, since I started with the weeks and everything, bye everyone. Bye guys. Love you all.
I'm still here. Benefit of having
No, I
a
see-
wireless
no,
headset.
no.
Everybody leaves.
Walker, as soon as you got up, Jeff got up and left too.
That's funny. James talking, let's walk away for a
in
second.
fucking sync, you both just fucked right off. Exit stage right.
That's awesome.
I just found that hilarious. All right, hi. So, you can watch me stream Resident Evil Village, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. That game's still fucking, I don't understand it. And, Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, at twitch.tv/JimmyNoodlesGG. And if you miss any streams, you can always check out the upload on youtube.com/JimmyNoodlesGaming, or check out some of my other series that I have going on over there.
Pretty
As
good.
well as, if you want to, someone actually commented on a video I made back in 2016 today. I found that weird.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I found that weird. I'm like, where did you find this?
Time travel.
This is like
Was it at
hidden
least
in the
positive?
depths. Yeah, it was like no, like I mean, it was just like, oh yeah, this game reminds. It's like Survivor, the CBS show Survivor. I'm like, oh okay, it kind of is. It was from
Comment,
Mary
is that going to
Kay
be interesting to see where you are in 5 years?
Yeah, it was a fucking based on a Mary Kay and Ashley Olsen video game that me and my buddy played. But yeah, so you can do that, youtube.com/JimmyNoodlesGaming. And if you want to see what the reject pictures from Pokemon Snap that I'm taking, you can go to Twitter at JimmyNoodlesGG and also see, you know, what else I'm retweeting. The funny memes. Jeff, what about you?
I don't do social media anymore.
Okay.
Good.
Walker, what about you?
Do you still have your YouTube and stuff?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, never mind.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I got all
I
that.
was gonna say like.
Flash screen gaming and
That's
all
a
this.
lie.
Flash screen gaming and all this stuff.
Really that simple.
Nice and easy.
For myself, it's the Captain Geach. I love it.
I got rid of all the socials. All right, well, hey Walker, what about you?
I'm gonna eat my fettuccine Alfredo I've been cooking.
There you go. Fuck social media. You can find me on the Captain Geach on everything. I got a stream. I
Jeff,
have a
was it
stream.
Jeff, was it hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe
Not
you
burn.
shouldn't take a huge mouthful of fettuccine alfredo straight from the pan into your mouth. Maybe let it cool a little bit. Blow on it,
No, man. When you're hungry, you're hungry. You got to dive in.
Like, give it a few. Blow out a few birthday candles, my guy.
I was inverted breathing while I was down there. Like, stuck in real hard. You get two things. You get the flavor.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Sommeliers do that when they're drinking wine. They do the.
Taste tester.
Mhm.
But for me,
It's called sommelier. Thank you very much.
exactly.
And I am not a sommelier.
You're a.
Ooh, hell yeah, let's go, baby.
I got the bangers today, man. Fucking love it. Today's a good podcast. For myself, the Captain Geach and everything. One day I'll get back to streaming once I have to remake my fucking displays again. 'Cause unfortunately, my computer decided to delete them. Fucker. So, but for myself, that's what you can find. And you can find us, the podcast, the Level Unlock Podcast, on everything. Exclusively on Twitter at What Jameson.
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
And if you'd like to become a part of the Unlock Nation, you can do so at patreon.com/Level Unlock Podcast. And we will see you guys, hopefully with the full crew, in 2 weeks. Y'all have a good night. See you next time.
Oh, it's so hot.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my god.